I am Gina coming to you live in the Hive this morning. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, and today is Wednesday, September 25th already. Hard to believe that it is almost October. If you're popping on, say hello, good morning, tell me where you're coming from. I am going to make sure I am where I'm supposed to be. And I can see your comments, and I turned my phone off. Good morning, Mary. Okay, here we go. So I have lots to share with you guys again today. Lots of fun things happening. As a lot of you know, Christine had her fall retreat here last weekend, and it was a great time. And it's always such a great time to catch up with my stamping friends that you don't get to see that often. A lot of us come from, or I should say a lot of people come from out of state and things like that. So it was really nice seeing a lot of you in person. So a few things I'm going to show you and reminders. As you know, we just finished the fall escape, and now we're working on the Wounded Warrior project. Christine did say this morning they've kitted up a whole bunch more kits, so if you are interested, please reach out to her. The event is Saturday, October 5th from 9 to 2, and the event goes till 5, but that's when we would like you to start on your cards and finish by 5 o'clock. There are raffles going on. There's going to be a bake sale going on. Lots of stuff is going on here, and Chris would have to give you all the details on that. If you would like to register yet, reach out to Christine, or go to her Cards by Christine site and subscribe there. If you are not a subscriber to her emails, go to her Cards by Christine site and subscribe there. She told me she was on KFIZ this morning, her local radio station, and did a shout out about the Wounded Warrior event this week or next weekend. So she plans on working on an email this morning sometime, and we'll get it sent out later today, where you can hear all about it and more details. Right now they're currently here in the Hive working hard, kitting up another 100 cards for the event. Some have sold already, so if you are still looking at getting those cards and getting in on this fun event, reach out to us. I will show you the cards quick. So there are 5 cards plus a bonus card. So here are the 5 cards for the event. That you get to make. So there's kits all made up, and we'll be here stamping in the Hive, or a lot of you have had them mailed to you and you're doing them in groups. All sorts of ways to do that. And this is also the bonus card. I believe it's a $5 donation to make this card also. So all proceeds going to the Wounded Warrior project. So that is coming up. Then I have Morning Create class coming up next week, Monday. Yeah, September 30th is the last day of the month, and I have the Morning Create class, so you can get in on this class. This class is $17. I have a lot here. Sorry, guys. There's lots to see and look at. So we are making these 3 cards. We're going to use Spells and Potions. This is just using the new Autumn DSP that came out with the scrapbooking kits. And I really loved this card, and I thought it makes a great fall card too. Now I have kind of a holiday saying in here, but it could definitely be a card that has happy birthday or with sympathy. So you can definitely interchange how you want these sentiments to be. So this class is $17 plus shipping. Class will be aired next week, Monday. So you will have until, we'll go until next week, Wednesday, October 2nd, to order kits for this class. So we have that coming up. I am also looking at the new scrapbooking kits and hosting classes with that. What I will be doing is a little bit different. I'm still kind of working out the kinks and the details and everything, but I will be doing alternatives to the kits. alternatives in scrapbook layouts, and I'll be making some cards with it too. So I haven't figured out what the cost is going to be yet. You'll need one of these kits, but then there'll be other things that will be included with the kit. And so like I said, I have to work out the pricing details of that. So next month, of course, is going to be the Halloween kit, and we had the event this weekend, and I made some alternatives to the Halloween kit. So this will be one set of layouts that you will get to make, plus we'll make some more, and we'll have cards. So lots of exciting things going on there. Still working on the details. I believe that will be on a Sunday class towards the end of October. So reach out so we can get kits ordered. Now in a kit, and I know I've showed this before, comes instructions with 6 different layouts that you can make. I will be doing different layouts, and I'll also include ribbon and gems in that. And it comes with this cool sticker sheet. Comes with these place marks for photos right here. So there's 3x3s, 3x4s, 2x2s, 4x6s, all sorts of different photo sizes that you can use, and comes with all of this really cool DSP, and some DSP that is different than what you would get in, let's say, the regular DSP packs. So we have all of these great designs, and then we have our two-toned cardstock. So remember, with our two-tone cardstock, we're looking at one side is lighter and one side is darker. I think this black is really sharp. This is really like, sorry guys, you probably can't see too well, but very charcoaly, really pretty. So good morning, Mary and Polly and Myra and Polly and Vonda. Welcome, ladies. I am so excited to have you here today. Let's see, everyone, we got the Smoky Mountains, North Carolina, East Tennessee. Wow, you guys are coming from all over. So a little bit of pool party, and I'm guessing, I'm not sure if this is basic white or if it's the new willow white. So anyways, all of that comes in a kit, and I will be offering additions to add to your kits with extra cardstock. As you see in this kit, we also, there's a safe place to set this. I added some die cuts from the Spells and Potions kit, and then using the new stamp set that coordinates with it. So we'll be adding different elements like this to help expand on our scrapbooking too. So lots of fun stuff, and I'm really excited to offer these kits to you guys. And then I did a display for the event this weekend, and mine was Peaceful Evergreens, and this was a scrapbook page. I actually kind of copied it from someone else a little bit, changed a few elements, and this is what I came up with. So this class will be offered as the, I'm guessing maybe I might do November or December scrapbook class. So in addition to our scrapbook class, I am adding the workshop classes also. So we're going to have more scrapbooking classes available. And there was quite an interest for us to do maybe some in-person classes. So I am looking at the schedule to add some in-person scrapbooking classes. So we'll see what happens here. So today we've got a beautiful fall layout here. We're using, oh, I forget which DSP this is, Regal something, using blackberry and all sorts of really pretty fall colors. I pulled my stamp sets and framelits out to bring along, and I must have set them on the side. I almost left my blending brushes too at home. So anyways, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is you will have in your kit all sorts of strips that we'll banner cut. I use the Changing Leaves dies and embossing folders. So you will get in your kit this full sheet here. You'll get 2 of them. And also in there are some extra pieces that are embossed in here that we're going to use, that we're just going to fussy cut. So we got some extra leaves in here that we can fussy cut. And then we have these leaves here, and these are, we're going to use our blending brushes with some ink and color them up. Janelle, you're watching at work again. It's so nice that you have the ability to do that. Uh-oh, am I missing? I'm missing a set for myself. So we'll do the best that we can. So basically it's just 1 more of each set, which I will have to double check, but I'm pretty sure the kits I have 2 cut out for each one. My demo one must not have been finished. So we're going to be bringing in Crushed Curry, Pretty Peacock, Blackberry Bliss, Cherry Cobbler, and Cajun Craze. So for our large, or not our large, our smaller leaf here, we're going to bring in some Crushed Curry. And this is how I store my blending brushes. I just store them in one of my kids' old crayon boxes, or whatever you want to call it, pencil cases. That's how I store them. Some of you have the stand-up Stampin' Up! Blending brushes. I like to keep them dust free, so I like to keep them in a closed case. And it's fairly inexpensive too. I think that I get them for 50 cents. So if you guys need a storage idea, here's a storage idea. So now I'm taking my Crushed Curry, and I want a lot of ink on here, so I'm just gonna go right on here and add my Crushed Curry. Now, if you don't have the blending brushes, you can always use your sponge daubers. If you have sponges, you can use anything. You could even watercolor these if you wanted to, but just be careful when you watercolor that you don't, you might want to use watercolor paper. Okay, then we're going to bring in our Cajun Craze and add a little bit of orange to this. And make sure you hold your leaves down, or they'll bend like they're bending for me right now. So it looks like a really pretty sunset. And then I'm just going to bring my yellow in and just soften it just a little bit. So there's one leaf. Our next leaf, we're going to use just Cherry Cobbler. This is one of my first, I think these were makeup brushes that someone had started off with, and this was my first blending brushes, and so I've just kept it, and because I like to keep one for each color, that way I'm not always cleaning them and then they're left wet when I want to use them, because I use these quite often actually. So I'm keeping my color dark and going lighter, so we kind of have that ombre effect. So that's our little maple leaf. Then we're going to keep our Cherry Cobbler, and we're going to bring in Blackberry Bliss. So we're going to do our tops in the Cherry Cobbler. And then we will bring in our Blackberry Bliss. So you'll do this with both sets of your leaves. And make sure you hold your stem down because I'm bending mine so that you don't rip it. There we go. There's that. And then remember, we had these leaves that are extra. So this is cutting out the whole embossing folder. So there's one big die that cuts out these 3 individual pieces, but there's these extra leaves on here. So we're gonna color them and fussy cut them out using our pretty peacock. So how many of you are starting to do fall cards, or have you just skipped fall and moved right on to Christmas here? So just blending, giving a little bit of an ombre look to it. I'm going to do the same thing with this one over here. Okay, so we have those done, and we have these 2 pieces here. Now these are from the Snowy Days dies. It's the snow globe portion of it, and we are just going to, we have 2 of them here, so we're going to cut one in half. Actually, we're gonna ink it up first. So I'm gonna bring in, so this is Calypso Coral actually. And then with my Calypso Coral, I'm gonna take my Cajun Craze and give it some rusticness and go around my edges here. And now I'm just going to take my other piece here and a pencil. I'm going to take that other one that I just colored, and I'm just going to trace it along the edge here and do the same on both sides. Yeah, Mary, I can move the camera and I can move it down a little bit. I always forget that I can do this. Sorry, now I went too wide. I don't want to make you guys sick. Okay, I'll move my paper up a little bit. So what I did, you guys can see my 2 lines here. I just traced. So I placed this one up through here like this, and I just made a light pencil mark there, and then I moved it and I did it on the other side. Okay, so now the one that we just made the marks on, we're gonna just take and fussy cut. And I'm okay if this isn't perfect, because pumpkins aren't necessarily perfect. They have uneven areas and bubbles on them. And okay, so we're gonna throw these away. He's a little lopsided, but that's okay. And I will take my Cajun Craze again and go along my edges. And this is what gives our pumpkin that dimension. Okay, and I'm leaving that center light. Now, one other thing we're gonna do, and this is completely optional, you don't have to do this, but I thought it brought a really pretty element in, is using the metallic enamel effects. And I'm gonna use gold. You could use the rose, you could do this, the silver. Whichever. And we're gonna use the gold for this. Carissa, you think she meant to not zoom it in. Okay, so I will zoom back out a little bit, but I'll try to make sure that I stay in my space here. And what I'm gonna do is just take a little bit of it. I should have brought, usually I do this like on my silicone mat and stuff, but we're just gonna do it. I have a piece of Post-it here, and I'm gonna just put a bunch of it, squirt a dab here on my paper, and I just have a paintbrush. It's whatever paintbrush I found in my kids' stash of art stuff, so it's nothing special. I'm gonna bring the leaves in. And I'm just putting a little bit, not a lot, on the end of my brush. And I'm just gonna wipe it over the top, and it gives it a really pretty shimmery look to your leaves. Because I'm all about everything sparkling a little bit. And now if you wanted to, at the very end of when you're done with your kit, you could actually go through and put dots around and make some enamel shapes. And then I'll let these all kind of sit and dry. I'll do my pumpkins. I'm just gonna go around the edges of my pumpkins. So just kind of like this, make some brush strokes. And I'm gonna do that to the edges on this one. And then we've got our green leaves here. So you're just kind of painting this on. There's no rhyme or reason. You don't have to be perfect with it. Just get it on there. You just want some shimmer. So it's like you're using your Wink of Stella, but it's gold. And what's really great is this embossed really picks up that little bit of gold. And then I just washed my brush with some soap and water. That's all I do to clean it. Okay, so I'm gonna set that all aside. We have all of these done. I think I can put my brushes away. Oh, we aren't done. So we got more to color here. We got more gold to add. Now you don't have to do this if you don't want to. It's completely optional. So we have some die cut leaves. I forget which set this is. Autumn leaves, I think it's called. And some I've embossed. Some are solid, and I'm going to add a little bit of that gold to these also. And it's nice because this embossing just really picks up this gold. It's really pretty. Can't see it on the camera, but off camera, it's really pretty. There we go. Now I think I'm done. Use a wipe to clean up my fingers before I paint everything different colors. Okay, so for the rest of this, you will need an 11 by 11 piece of white cardstock. And you will need 12 by 12 espresso. Put these all aside. Janelle, you wish they carried other colors of the Wink Stella. I do too. That would be great. Okay, so what I did with both of my pages is I have this piece of 11 by 11 and then it's bordered by 12 by 12 espresso. So you need to provide that for this kit, but everything else is included. So for this strip here, this is a strip of the wood, the Country Woods DSP. I'm going to attach this to the bottom. I believe it's 1.5 inches by 12, so you're just going to cut off. I gotta make sure I stay in screen today. You're just going to cut off the extra. So we'll adhere this and then cut that piece down. So I'm just cutting this excess piece off. Okay, then I have given you all of these different strips of DSP, and they're all different sizes from 1/2 inch to, I think this one might be 2 inches or 1.5 inches, something like that. And you're gonna banner the ends. Now there's 2 ways you can do this. One way to make a banner here is if you cut down the center of your paper. So I just made a cut in the center here, and then I'm going to go from corner to that center part that I cut and do that on the same on the other side. So that's how you can easily cut that at home. Now you can cheat, like I'm going to cheat. It's retired, but we have a banner punch It's old. I forget how old this is. And you just stick it in here and you punch it. So if you happen to have this banner punch at home, you can do it at home. Now these strips are 12 inches long. I am not cutting them each at a specific length. I don't care if they are all different sizes. I'm okay with that. Just as long as they fit on the white piece. So once again, completely up to you how short or how long you want each of these pieces to be. And this is going on our other page, but I'm just going to lay it here to see how long they are and if I want to take off more. Oops. All right. Or when your punch fails you, you're going to go back and hand cut it. Now, if you didn't want to put banners on the ends, you could just angle cut them. You could tear the edges if you like that look. Completely up to you how you want to do your strips. If you want them straight and to go from edge to edge, you can do that too. And I haven't had to do this in a really long time, but to sharpen your blades on your punches, they say, and I don't know if anyone has any other ideas, to punch it with tin foil, and that will sharpen the blades of your punches. I think I've only had to do that one time, and it worked pretty good. So yeah. I could have probably prepped this ahead of time so you guys didn't have to watch me do this, but I didn't think that far ahead. What do you guys think of these color combinations? I love color. I really do. And I love the boldness of this. These royal colors are fun. That was a little crooked. Try to make your banners straight, but if you don't, that's okay too. Is anyone working on any scrapbook pages right now? Is anyone scrapbooking anything? Yes, Mary, very fallish colors. I love these color combinations together. They really kind of knocked it out of the park, I feel like. And that's one thing I do. Stampin' Up! Comes up with some great color combinations and combinations that maybe I wouldn't choose myself. Like most of you know, I was not a wild wheat fan in the very beginning. Not my favorite color, but it works really well with like Pretty Peacock and this cherry, and definitely it is very much a fall color. And you know, and you kind of look at it and you wouldn't necessarily think, you would think of it as more Christmassy paper because it's in the Christmas catalog and all that, but it's definitely very fallish. Okay, so I think I have all my strips cut. We'll set those aside. And we're also going to do our fussy cutting. So these leaves that we colored over here, we're just going to fussy cut them. Now you don't have to fussy cut these if you don't want to. I know some people are completely against fussy cutting, and that's okay. But I just couldn't let them go to waste. I thought they were really pretty leaves. And not overly hard to cut out. There's not a lot of detail on here. And purple and orange, Janelle, I get you. I think it's a good combination. Like I've always said, that's like a marriage between Christine and I. She likes purple, I like orange. And we would make cards together when we would design. She'd be like purple, and I'd be like orange. And the fall is the perfect time to marry those two colors. Well, welcome, my crafty adventures. My crafty adventures, do you have a first name? You're coming in from Boston. Few more to cut here, and then we're ready to put everything on the page. Oops. Anyone have any big plans this weekend? We have a full weekend. It is homecoming weekend here, so we've got a couple of football games, a parade. I somehow have to become a seamstress to kind of shorten my daughter's dress and close an area up that's got a little bit of chest showing. So I'm going to have to learn how to be a seamstress because I didn't call a seamstress in time. We only got our dress a few weeks ago, and so I'm going to have to test out my sewing skills sometime this week. You're Caroline. Well, welcome, Caroline. So that will be our weekend, and I might need Sunday to recoup from it all. Or the kids might need to recoup, and I'll be in my stamping room, stamping away while they probably sleep the day away. Okay, this one part of the leaf is missing, so I'm not going to cut that one out. But, okay, we're finally ready. Oh, Carissa, you're unpacking your craft room. How exciting! Got a new craft room, craft space to put together. My husband, actually, I have to say, I've been waiting for this moment. We've moved back in February, and my daughter had a bed that my dad made, and that bed it's a dresser, and she slept, her mattress was on top of the dresser. So my dad made these huge drawers and whatnot, and we kind of took it apart a little bit, and now it's like a stand-up desk for me with drawers. So we put that together this weekend, so I'm really excited about that. Okay, so now we have our mat pieces. This is 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, and I believe this one is 3 3/4 by 5. So we have our 2 mats. We've got our leaves, and we need, so you're gonna use this one that you colored, these 3 that you colored. You're gonna pull in one of these maple leaves. We've got this leaf. And where is a little leaf? I don't have a little leaf, but we'll put that on our pumpkin instead. And we have these cut out ones. So we've got some shaded spruce here also. So we need that. That. Looks like we need one of these. Oh, here we go. This and this is gonna go here. And then we have these beautiful fall, let's see if I can show you better here. Like, I don't know what you want to call these, kind of meshy or tulle gold leaves. They're so pretty, and I add them for, I've used up, I don't know, a couple packs already on designing with these. So they're so pretty. So you're gonna get a bunch of these in your kit, and they're different sizes, and some look like they have a little bit of texture on there of a leaf, and some are just kind of more plain, but they're really, really pretty. So you're gonna get a bunch of those in your kit. So for our pumpkin, we're gonna make our pumpkin here. We're gonna take this pumpkin and we're gonna cut it in half, because I just wanna make it a little bit bigger. Not a lot, just a little bit. And I'm actually gonna put glue dots, not glue dots, little dimensionals along both edges here, because we're gonna give our pumpkin some dimension. Okay, so then we're just going to adhere, and if we need to snip a little bit, I cut a little bit too much off of the top, but that's okay. We're going to cover that with the stem and some leaves, and so you're going to see that separation for a little bit. And then, so we have it like this. So here's our pumpkin. Isn't he cute? And you can see that gold shimmer when I move it in the light. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so let's get our mats on, because that's where I always like to start, is put my mats on and then add dimension from there. Hello, Judy, all the way from Ontario, Canada. Welcome. It's so exciting to be knowing that I'm stamping with people from all over. It's just a really cool concept that we can do that. And my mom always said that one of the neatest things with, you know, all this technology, as much as it is kind of, there's good and bad to it, is when my brother was in the service, he served in Afghanistan, and we were able to talk to him and see him and know that he was okay. And that's the difference from her brother, who served in Vietnam, and you know, you'd wait for that letter to come in the mail and hope to hear that they're okay. And we were very fortunate that when my brother was away, we were able to FaceTime with him, or Skype. I think that was before FaceTime and all that came about. So what a difference it is. And then to sit here and I'm stamping with people from all over the world. So it's just such a neat concept that we can do that. Okay, so now we're going to bring in our pumpkin, and we're going to adhere that, but we have a cute little stem. Okay, this cute little stem right here, this is from the Spells and Potions. It is actually this piece right here. So this piece that like is the potion coming out of the bottle, that is where I got the stem from. But we are gonna pop this up. And he's kind of gonna just rest on our little wood ledge here. Actually, I want a little more wood to show. I'm gonna move my mats up just a little bit. I don't want to cover up my pictures completely. And I have them off-centered a little bit. Okay, so now we're gonna bring in our little stem. I'm gonna use some, you love the cauldron card? I know, it's so cute. I have to say, this is a really fun set to play with. So I'm gonna bring in my glue dot here. I'm gonna tuck my stem in. Like so. Now this is where we're gonna bring our different leaves in. And I just start kind of tucking things in. And look how much brightness this just adds to your white paper. Oh, here it is. I'm like looking for a leaf and I can't find it. And we're just tucking everything in. Bring in one of those oak leaves. So I'm going to put dimensionals on these, and then we're going to tuck some leaves in. And those I won't add dimensionals to. We're just going to go like this. And these leaves here, I'm actually going to split in two. Bring in our glue dots. So once you've done your pumpkin, your coloring, putting together, I guess is the easier part of it. I'm gonna bring this one in just a little bit. And we're bringing in all this pop of color. All these beautiful jewel tones. And then we have our tiny little maple leaf. Just tuck them in there like so. And then we have a few of our gold leaves we're gonna tuck in. And these go on with glue dots really easy. So you can just take a glue dot, stick it in there like that. So they just add a really pretty golden hue. And I believe there's 2 different sizes here. There we go. So now we're going to add to our pumpkin. We're going to bring in our big maple leaf. Tuck it in like so. And we're going to bring this one. Isn't this pretty? Oh my goodness. So, so pretty. I'm gonna have dimensionals stuck to me all day today. Oh, I agree with you. In Boston, the leaves are changing already, and I feel like that is happening here. And I'm afraid we're not going to get much of fall because the leaves are just going to start falling. We've had some really dry weather here, and so I think anytime we get a little bit of rain, it feels like those leaves are dropping. Okay, so now we're going to bring in these sets of leaves again. Break them apart. In my opinion, fall never lasts long enough. It always goes by so quickly, and then we're into winter already, and kind of like spring. We don't seem to get much spring either. It goes right from winter to get out your summer shorts and I know a lot of people say, well, why do you add all these different dimensionals when you put this in a book and it goes flat? It's amazing that even though you put your book together and it goes flat, how much of this dimension will actually stick around. And then I would have another one of these leaves right here, but I didn't bring that other set for whatever reason. So we'll tuck in some of our gold leaves. I'll have to fill that in later. Oops, I keep moving it. I'm used to, kind of working on top of a page, and I forget to have the camera. So if you guys ever notice, please let me know. If I am not on screen. It's easy to pull the project and pull it in towards you. Okay, so then you're going to get 3 strips of ribbon. 2 are the same, and 1 is smaller. Okay, your 2 bigger strips are going in here. And of course, to save some ribbon, because this is a lot of ribbon, I'm actually just going to take a piece of tear tape. Like that. Stick that in there. That's a great thing when you work with dimensionals too, is you can just pick them back up and tuck things in. And I am just going to weave this back and forth like this. Tuck it in. Like that. I'll probably use a little glue dot. Oh, they're predicting a harsh winter for you guys on the East Coast. I hope that that's not true and they're wrong. I really could do without a harsh winter. We didn't have too bad of a winter here in Wisconsin last year, so I'm fine if we have a winter like we did last year. So you could also, instead of laying it down like that, you could do it like this also. This might have been the easier way. There we go. Here we go, I'm getting off screen again. Sorry guys. Anyways, there you go. So we're just tucking in ribbon, and this is a way for you to save on ribbon instead of using all of it. It looks like it's connected, but it's not. Okay? There we go. And we don't want to forget to put some leaves on the top of our pumpkin. Leanne, good morning. Oh my goodness, you're late because you were in the emergency room and you have a cast for 3 hairline fractures. Oh my goodness. Well, hopefully I can distract you a little bit with all that craziness. Oh, well, heal up, girl. Do I ask, how did you get the hairline fracture? Oh, here it is. I'm looking for my piece, and it's always right here in front of me. So we have a big leaf, a little leaf, and of course, a nice rustic twine bow to put on top of our pumpkin. You love this pumpkin? I know, I love it too, and it just fills the page so nicely. So here we go, we have page 1 done. The only other thing is I didn't have enough gold gems, so I added the gold gems. I wanted to save enough for your kits, so we added the gold gems just to add a little more gold elements to the page. So this page is done, and then you just adhere it to your piece of 12 by 12 espresso. Okay, so for our next page, we're going to take all of those strips that we cut. I was defending myself. Oh my goodness, I hope it was, I hope you're okay, girl. We're gonna bring in all those different strips and just lay them out however you would like them. I kind of have a mixture of some that are large, some that are, you know, skinny. So I kind of did a little bit of everything. You want this down here. Kind of intermixing the skinny, the larger. So something like this. And I'm gonna go through and maybe cut a few of them down so that my lengths are not so perfect, I guess. I want them to be a little more long, short. There we go. So something on this order, and I'm not spacing them evenly either. I am leaving some bigger spaces, like so. Okay, so now we're just gonna glue these all down. This is such a great way to show off our DSP. Oops, I feel like this pattern needs to go this way. And look at, you could do other, if you didn't like these colors, you could always flip them over and use the other colors. And I'm just gonna start top and the bottom, just so my borders are about the same on the bottom and the top, and fill in between. So you've got this blue here on this side. The other side was a little bit of wild wheat. You have these bold colors on the other side, which would make, if you didn't want to fall, you could totally make this a spring layout too if you flip the paper over. So really pretty paper. And I love hearing that you guys like this. You know, everybody has their own things that they like and don't like, and I'm glad that you guys are loving these color combinations. Oh, wow, did I put this one on crooked? Good thing I can wiggle it a little bit. Okay, so there we go. Then we have, I believe these are 4x4s. I will double check. Yes, 4x4 squares. And we are just going to lay them like so. Another thing I hinted at with the new workshop kits, they have the photo place marks in there. I would laminate those, and that way I can just keep reusing them over and over again. I used to always use computer paper is what I do, and I cut out I play with it to see what sizes I want while I am designing. And then I end up just throwing them away, where now I can have permanent ones. And I don't know why I didn't think of that a long time ago, where I could just laminate and keep them. But that's what you could do with those. So you can have a whole collection. And each kit comes with those. So great way to kind of lay out how you want your photos before cutting any photos or doing anything like that. But I usually like to map my photos. I don't know why. I just feel that it gives that little bit of extra. And remember, if this goes off the page a little bit, that's okay, because we're gonna have it on top of that espresso. Just wanna make sure that when you overlap things, that you remember that you're gonna have pictures in there, so you don't wanna hide too much of your photo. So there we go. We have those all popped up on there. Now this is where I have some leaves missing, so we would have extra leaves in here, but we'll just add what we have right now. And I will just have to add more later. So we'll have our cherry leaf here. And then we would add a leaf here. And then we would probably add, we had that orange and yellow leaf. We would put that up through there. And add our gold leaves. And then with this shorter piece of ribbon here, all I'm gonna do is tie it in a knot. And banner the edges. And that will go here. And then the long leaf, the one that we did blackberry and cherry on, would go here. And we would add some more leaves. So we're just gonna layer all of our leaves. Now I'm not gluing these ones down because I'm obviously need to add a whole nother set. But this is what we do. And then we're gonna add our gold gems again. So this is what it looks like in the end here. Here, I'll take it out of its sleeve. So here we go. So here's our finish. That's where I said that second set of leaves that I didn't have for this set. That's where that comes in. And we're just spreading out our leaves and layering them and adding that little bit of color in there. This was such a fun set to do. Like I said, I really loved all of these bold colors and how pretty they all are. And a different, you know, type of paper to use versus, you know, we tend to get a lot of traditional fall colored paper. You know, we have the scenic DSP and things like that, and you know, they have traditional fall colors, but this is a little bit non-traditional, and that's why I think I fell in love with it. So if you are still interested in these kits, I will have these kits available to order yet until this Friday. So in 2 days, you have 2 days yet to order your kits for this class. This class is $24 plus $6 for shipping. Everything is included except your 12 by 12 espresso DS, your espresso cardstock, and you'll need 12 by 12 white cardstock that you'll cut down to 11 by 11. But everything, your gems, your DSP, your mats, all of that is included in your kit. Like I said, I'm still working out the details. So we'll be adding 2 scrapbook classes. So for all my scrapbookers out there, we're gonna be adding another scrapbook class out there. And that class will involve, we'll just continue scrapbooking like we've been scrapbooking for this last year. And then the other one is gonna be using the workshop kits. And the workshop kits, we will not be making them as the kits come. We will be doing alternatives. And I will include extra things in that, extra cardstock, ribbon, gems. You will need one of those kits. So like I said, you can order those kits through me with a certain order amount. You can get the extra kit that goes with it. So I still have to figure out the pricing on all of that, but that is my hopes for that, and that will be kind of a Sunday class. So next month we'll be using the Halloween kit. November we will probably do the Reindeer Fun kit, and then the Snowy Days kit we will use for December. So lots of really cool stuff coming up. I'm so excited that Stampin' Up! Has expanded their scrapbook section, and we have that to look forward to. And they came out with the flip flaps and things like that. I haven't ordered those yet, so I need to order those so I can play with those and have you guys see that too. And we also have page protectors and things like that out now, so go to our online store if you want to see those items. I have not ordered them yet, so that's next on my list. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's class today. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate your support. And don't forget the Wounded Warrior benefit coming up in 2 weeks. So if you're interested in that, please reach out to Christine for that. We're really looking forward to that and hoping to raise a lot of money for the veterans who have served and have been wounded. So anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will be here on Monday with Monday's class. I will show you those cards quick one more time. This is Monday's class. We're just making 3 fun cards that are kind of fallish. This has a season of wonder and happiness. It does not have to be a holiday card. We can put happy birthday in there with sympathy, but I liked the colors. We've got some navy blue and copper clay in there. So anyways, we got some fall cards for you. $17 plus a $6 for shipping. So reach out if you would like those kits. Those kits will be available until next week, Wednesday, I believe is what I said. I'll have to double check. But anyways, thank you guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you on Monday.